right, everybody, happy Friday. Yeah, we made it through another week. I cannot believe, absolutely cannot believe, April's gone. Just like that. April is a quarter of the way. Well, my math really sucks. We're 3 weeks down. We got 1 week to go of April. 3/4 of the way. There we go. All right, that was embarrassing, but we're 3/4 of the way through April, which is absolutely insane because April went. It seemed like it took like a long time to get to April, and now that we're here, it seems like we're gone. But great news, very warm this weekend. Yeah, in the 80s, man, low 80s. Finally some warmth. Yeah, next week gonna have some 80s, low 80s as well. So, man, I'm loving it. I absolutely love it. Put some shorts on, do a little barbecuing this weekend, get outside, go to the park. And allergies are kind of bad, this time of year, but you know what? Get outside if you can. The allergies aren't too bad. Get out for a little bit, get a little sunshine, get a little warmth, get a little happiness going on the weekend. De-stress, relax, everybody. We only got one life to live on this planet, and we spend it running around stressing out about a bunch of things. Well, we're not living a very good, happy life. So the weekends are for de-stressing and relaxing. If you got a tough, if you got a lot of things stressing you out, make time for yourself. If things in life are driving you crazy, if you've got challenging things, the only one that can change that stuff is you. That's it. Nobody else can help you as much as you can help yourself. So if you need something, take it. If you need a break, take a break. If you need to go for a walk by yourself, go for a walk by yourself. If you need to have some quiet time, take it. Be respectful and responsible, but take the time you need for your personal self. That is personal leadership. Taking care of yourself, your own mental stability and well-being, and that is personal leadership. And if you're not using it, you're losing it. So make sure you're doing that. So it is the weekend. We got headlines. Let's start with, there's one person that likes the headlines. All right, here we go. Let Russ operate small motorized vehicles. Well, this is going back to a saying that they had in Seattle a couple years ago. Let Russ cook. Let him go. Let him do what he needs to do out on the field. Let Russ cook and see what happens. Well, it was the year of the Let Russ cook. It was okay. It was mediocre. Not his best. But operate small vehicles. I think after last year's performance, let's not let him cook. Let's not let him operate small vehicles. Let's let him just get coached properly. You can't blame the player always in an instance like last year. There's more to it than that. So let's just let Russ get coached. See how it goes next year.
See how Sean Payton does with him.
Yeah, Sean Payton's going to handle that guy in that situation over there. Look out. I mean, honestly, everybody should be a little bit nervous about the future of the Denver Broncos, regardless of Russell Wilson, but with Sean Payton. He's a hell of a coach, and he knows how to lead teams very well and players. So everyone should be kind of like, what's going to happen with the Denver Broncos? Because it's probably going to be a good thing. All right, someone sent me this one, and it's great. Could probably use this for a while, but here we go. Apocalypse sow. Yep. Can anything stop the feral hog invasion? Yeah, pigs are known as sows, so Apocalypse sow. Apocalypse Now is the movie. Yeah. But the tagline here is actually better than the headline itself. Here we go. They have overrun nearly the entire state of Texas, causing millions of dollars in damage annually in spite of widespread attempts at eradicating, including traps, contraceptives, and a heavily armed Ted Nugent. Yeah, that's Ted Nugent. In case you didn't know who Ted Nugent is, he's a very infamous rock star turned hunter, live off the gritter, all that kind of stuffer. But interesting cat, very funny headline. I did not know that the feral hog situation in Texas was so bad. I did skim through the article. I didn't read a ton, but it's really pretty bad. And even all the hunting and stuff that they do and attempts, they're really destroying like crops and farms and other animal species in there. It's quite a mess, actually. But great headline. Yeah, go ahead. Something's gonna happen. Something. I can feel it. I can feel it.
It's not the pigs. It's the robots, guys. It's AI. Worry about that. Not Apocalypse Now. It's Apocalypse Robots.
All right. I like Apocalypse Now for now. I don't know what the right deal is with the card throwing lately, but they've just been terrible. All right. Yeah, Apocalypse Now. All right. So it's Friday, and we got to talk about movies. There's some good movies coming out. What's weird? Okay, so it's weird because there's some horror movies coming out this weekend.
Woo!
There's one person that likes it. But I was like, why are the horror movies coming out now? And this is something that I haven't known about, but have recently been seeing more of. It's getting more popular, which is the halfway to Halloween. So April 29th is the halfway to Halloween mark, and it's becoming kind of a thing. It's getting a little bit of a following, so maybe we could do something with it. But for now, we got some movies coming out in the theater. The one I picked for you is Evil Dead Rise. So it's not in the series of Evil Dead. It's a story that sticks with the theme of Evil Dead, which is demons and zombies and stuff. So this one is horror. It's rated R. It is an hour and 36 minutes, which is about perfect for a horror movie. If they go too long, it's not. It's
90-minute max.
Horror movies need to be 90 minutes, 130 minutes, or an hour and a half. Leave it alone. Just do a good job. So that's out in theaters starting today. Evil Dead Rise. There is what was the other one?
The Pope's Exorcist.
The Pope's Exorcist.
With Russell Crowe.
With Russell Crowe. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be it'll be decent. Russell Crowe, but he's anyway. But get out to the movie theaters and watch movies. The popcorn is great, as always. But get out to the movie theaters. Also, speaking of movies, some great folks did me a solid and brought me a schedule from the State Theater, our good State Theater down the road, just a couple blocks from here. And lots of stuff coming out. This weekend, I mean, if you're into this kind of thing, we got Vermeer inspired paint-along. I have no idea what that is. So that is in theaters starting actually yesterday. And then it's kind of weird. Vermeer comes out, and then right after it, Chevalier comes out. Yeah, I don't know what Chevalier is either. Anyway, okay, so someone's fancy Chevalier, whatever. So that's coming out this weekend at the State Theater. But here's what you should look forward to, is because we got May the 20th right around the corner, on April 28th, Friday, April 28th, I'll bring it up again, Friday, April 28th through April 30th, they're going to have a Star Wars special where they're going to show 4 films back to back. It's Rogue One, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and The Return of the Jedi in order. So that's like the best kind of grouping of the series you can do. That's pretty cool. There's also, just in case anyone's interested, on April 28th, there's a paint along of a stormtrooper. I don't know if it's going to be any NOTP for you. He may attend. I don't know what kind of art he's into, but he may. No, I just got given a horrible image. Oh gosh. All right, so that's next week. I'll remind you guys about that. Get out to the movie theaters, guys. Whether it's the State Theater, whether it's the State Theater or a regular theater, whether it's Brandon or any of the other ones, go out to the movie theaters. We love our movie theaters. It's a great place for people to work, and we gotta go support those businesses. COVID was rough on them. They're having one of the toughest times recovering from COVID. So get out there, support our local theaters, support the big time movie theaters. Yes, down in front. We have a comment from our peanut gallery.
I just happened to look as we were looking up stuff for this. Like for this weekend, most of the theaters only have 1% capacity sold already. And usually on a Thursday, it's higher than that.
Wow, 1% capacity.
Because it shows them.
Yeah. That means that not a lot of people are buying tickets. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't fill up last minute, because maybe that's what people do. But the fact that it's Thursday when we're filming this,
stuff technically comes out on Thursdays.
Right. A lot of films actually, they say, the release date is Friday, but a lot of times they do come out on the Thursday evening, sometimes late, but sometimes just Thursday, they're already out. And yeah, 1% capacity. That means no one's really going to the theaters. That's bad news for us movie lovers.
To the theater probably 3 times in the next 2 weeks.
Wow, 3 times in the next 2 weeks. What's it going to be? Number 1 is?
The Evil Dead.
Oh, Evil Dead Rise.
This weekend, probably Sunday.
Cool. Number 2 is?
Sometime next week, I'm going to go see the Mario movie.
Oh, the Mario movie. That looked good.
And next weekend, probably for sure, I'm going to see the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that is my favorite Star Wars movie.
That is one of the best, yes. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Clayton. All right, guys. We'll have more movie stuff, especially the Star Wars stuff, coming up next week. But for now, it's Friday. Let's go back in the bearded past for one last time this week with Zach right here.
Hey guys, it's Friday. We all know what that means. The week is coming to a close. The weekend is getting ready to come, and we're going to go ahead and start this off and go back in the bearded past with Zach. Today we're going to talk about those movies. So, hey, coming out today, for those of you who might not have paid attention, Evil Dead Rise. It's going to be released today. I'm sure there's some folks out there who are definitely know more about this movie and are excited to get into it. Another movie that came out on this day in 1995 was The Basketball Diaries. Really sad story, actually. Honestly, if you watch the movie, but well done. Leonardo DiCaprio does a really good job in this movie, actually, and it's like I said, it's definitely a really good movie, I think, but really sad. Also, too. You had the love romance movie While You Were Sleeping released in 1995. Pet Sematary in 1989. We have a Pet Sematary over there off of Carpenter and Hatch, actually out there in the country. It's a Pet Cemetery. I'm always wondering if those pets are going to come get me. Also, too, welcome to Silent Hill in 2006. The Promise released in 2016. Field of Dreams. Probably, I think it's a great baseball movie. Susan Sarandon, you had Kevin Costner, and oh my goodness, I wish I could remember the gentleman's name, but another really good actor. Came out in 1989. I remember that. I'm sorry. I was thinking Bull Durham, actually. Field of Dreams, you had the man James Earl Jones. You had Darth Vader in that one, and you had Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner, he actually happened to do a couple decent films in his early years. Enjoy, get outside, relax in the evening, watch some TV, enjoy.
Everything we have going on this weekend and getting out watching movies, we also have on TV I'm not even going to say it. I got a guest. It's going to tell you something else you can do this weekend. Come on in, guest. It's Alex. Welcome, Alex.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming in.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
What do you got?
Well, we got the Geico 500 at Talladega Super Speedway this Sunday on Fox, 2:30 Eastern Time. You can catch the Xfinity Series at 4 Eastern Time on Fox Sports 1. And that's Talladega Super Speedway Racing.
Nice. It's NASCAR, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if you don't have enough to do this weekend, watching movies, you're going out to the movie theater, who are you rooting for?
I am all about this super speedway racing turning upside down. I'm gonna go with Bubba Wallace because you can't account Bubba out at this style of racing. He's
Where's
fast.
he at? Where's he at in the leaderboard points? Where's he at?
I don't know.
Okay.
But if he doesn't win, then I'm going for Chase Elliott.
Okay, so
He
Bubba
has been-
Wallace, Chase Elliott.
Since Chase had been out for 6 weeks due to leg injury, had to miss a few races, missed Las Vegas, Phoenix, Atlanta,
Jeez, he missed a lot.
Austin, Texas, Richmond, and Bristol. Came
And-
back at Martinsville.
But you would think he's a race car driver. He hurt his leg race car driving. No, he did not. What did he do? Snowboarding accident. Spoiler alert. Yeah.
And yes, when it comes to super speedway racing, you gotta plan a little bit of a game that you want to play. But listen, what helps at Daytona and Talladega and Atlanta is years of strategy. So you know what you can do. Either you want to start up front or start in the back for a little while. And if you feel like if it's time to go at the end of the race, then you got to go for it. You want to stay away from the chaos, meaning the too wide, the bump drafting, the side drafting, or what's going on out there. Avoid the big wrecks that happen on super speedway racing, and how you're going to be there and how you're going to attack this strategy. But no one even knows what kind of racing this is. But what I will tell you, what I learned at Daytona and Atlanta, super speedway racing is like a super rush hour. 2 wide and 3 wide or 4, nowhere to go. So if I'm a crew chief sitting on the pit box, I am calling this race as aggressive as possible. Get my driver up front. Now it's up to him to keep those positions and stay up front of what's going on behind you.
Stay ahead of the traffic. Stay ahead of the traffic. That's the strategy, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, I would have Alex as a crew chief. I don't know about anybody else, but staying ahead of the traffic. Don't want to be in the traffic. I do that every afternoon. Not on the super speedway, but some people think it's a super speedway when you get out on the highway, but it's not.
But some tracks that don't usually have super speedway racing.
Super speedway is not the oval. It's like a kind of a small triangle almost, right?
Well, that's a short track, but a super speedway, it's a little bit bigger with a little bit of an 18-degree apron.
That's the one.
But when you come to Daytona, the banking is about like 31 degrees, and the corners we know are 18 feet wider.
Wow.
And so when you come to Atlanta, the banking increases. It seems like about 4 degrees. It shouldn't be too much when you look at it, but it was reconfigured last year. And so the corner is now 40 feet wide instead of 55 feet wide. So you get a little bit of room on where you want to go. And also you got to be careful with one thing when you come to super speedway racing, the yellow lines when you come to super speedways. So if you go below it at Daytona, it's basically a yellow line. And the same for Talladega, but Atlanta, it's white and red. And so say for instance, it's like if you cross down the highway. Don't cross the solid lines, Carl.
Cross the solid lines, Carl.
But however though, in super speedways, NASCAR installed a little bit of a horsepower. So the horsepower when you come to Atlanta, it's about 5'10", and the spoiler 7 inches tall when you come to super speedways like Daytona and Talladega, as I keep mentioning. But normally when you come to Atlanta, on the old surface, it's up about 4 inches. So basically super speedway racing will come into play this weekend. And the number one thing that'll be coming into play is the choosing zone.
The choosing zone. All right, well, the choosing zone is this weekend to choose not to watch, bad move, or to watch, good move, right? That's the choosing zone.
But the choosing zone is basically either you can start on the outside lane or the inside lane.
Yeah. Well, you gotta watch to find out. Only way to find out how it goes is to watch. Best way to find out is to watch. You can find out afterwards, but that's not as fun, right?
Yes.
So this guy knows a lot about it. If you got questions, you can find Alex out and about, and he is happy, I'm sure, to answer every question that you got about racing, the super speedways, and all that kind of good stuff. So that's this Sunday. At what time, Fox? What time?
So the Geico 500 is 2:30 on Fox.
2:30 on Fox. You heard it here. He's your NASCAR guy. You got questions, you can ask Alex. All right. Moving right along. That'll help you. All right, guys. There's some shenanigans in the background, and it is Friday. Have a great Friday, everybody. Remember, take care of yourself over the weekends. That's what they're for. If you got some yard work or other work or things you got to take care of, that's important too. But make sure you're isolating time to take care of yourself. That personal leadership. Don't wait for someone else to help you. Help yourself first. All right, guys, have a great Friday. We'll see you at 1 o'clock for Insta Live, Insta Trivia, where who knows what will happen. Take care, everybody. That was terrible.